So like usual at the end of these videos, or streams really, I like to give my final thoughts on the build. And, you know, this is of course off the cuff, so if I repeat myself and whatnot, I apologize, but it's just kind of the nature of doing one of these little micro reviews, final thoughts sort of situations. So, Shin from JoJo Hobby and Stuff was kind enough to send me one of these guys a little bit early to build for you all, and it's taken 3 nights and a total of about 10 hours to build. So that'll give you an idea of kind of the scale and complexity of this real grade kit. And I have to say, it was a lot of fun. You know, coming into this, I was kind of wondering if it was going to top the Vert-Ka, and in some ways, yes, it actually does. Is it a Vert-Ka killer? Not really. I feel like the Vert-Ka still has its own special place in Gundam with the transformation. There is extra detail on the Vert-Ka, but just in terms of the size of this kit, the detail density on it's really high. You have a lot of really nice things going on here, and it's all in a very small package. The kit feels very, very stable. Obviously, moving it around here, the fin funnels are not popping off. This is definitely not something the Master Grade can do. If I take the fin funnels off and just give him a little shaky shake, he's pretty tough. You know, he holds up pretty well, and he's got a lot of articulation. I like how the stand kind of connects to him like this. This is very similar to the Master Grade, actually. It really helps to provide some stability to the backpack when it's holding all of these fin funnels. It has like I said, a nice range of detail. I like some of the redesigned elements on this from the Master Grade. It has great articulation. It has a lot of nice little moving pistons and whatnot. Things that move out of the way, like these little back vents here on the legs, will just, if I pull this down far enough, you'll actually see this down here kind of shift out of the way, and I pull it back up, it pulls back in. Same thing down here with the ankle. If you pull the feet down, you'll see this gap open up. There are lots of nice little features like that built in throughout this kit, and I don't feel like any of them really sacrifice anything on this kit. I think they are all here to enhance it. I will mention, kind of like on the Master Grade, or the High Grade, or probably any grade, due to the asymmetrical design of this kit, when he's on a stand with the fin funnels in, he is going to lean. There's just no way around that. You could probably tighten up the joints, or tighten up the connection here to the stand, which will probably help keep him straight up. But you know, it's just, this is a lot of weight pulling down. The shield adds to that as well, so it's just kind of something to keep in mind. If you haven't already pre-ordered this, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's clear that Bandai really took their time on this model. It definitely lives up to the very high standard that the real grade Sazabi set last year, and I think it's going to look great on a shelf. Now obviously Shin sent me this one for review, and I got this one for free. It will be going back to him as a commission kit, but I like it enough that I'm actually debating buying a second one just for myself to keep. So if that's not a glowing recommendation, I don't know what is. So I hope that little micro review was useful to you guys. I know a lot of you have already pre-ordered it, and if you haven't, you might want to reconsider pre-ordering it. Also, I will point out this stand does not come with it, and I'm not using the stand because he's like unbalanced or whatever. I just decided to use it during the build, so food for thought, I suppose. Alright, that's it. We're done. We did it. 10 hours. And here he is next to the big boy. Not as big. Still pretty cool. No Amuro stand though. So, what are you gonna do, right? You have to wait for the double fin funnel set to get your Amuro stand in the real grade form factor. But, yeah. Good times. So what do you all think about the kit? Obviously, these probably aren't widely available yet. Is he better than the Sazabi? Well, I mean, in general, I like the design of the Nu better than the Sazabi. I feel like the Nu has a similar part count and level of complexity to the Sazabi, but in a smaller model. So just in terms of like parts per size or details per density, I feel like the Nu is probably the superior kit. I mean, granted, this has probably been baking in the oven a little bit longer than the Sazabi, since it's had another, what, year of development under it since the Sazabi was released around this time last year. So I think I'm going to have to go with this. Keep in mind, I haven't ordered a real grade Sazabi for myself since I built the last one. So, but this one I am considering it. With the Sazabi, I didn't really consider it. The beer cans on the back of the Sazabi is also probably a pretty good reason why I don't want to do another one. And actually, you know what? Let's take them off the stand. And I'm gonna pull that little gray stand support out too. See how he does on his own 2 feet. I feel like he's gonna need a nice wide stance. Yeah, no problem. I didn't even fiddle with him that much. That's not bad. That's pretty good. What do you think? Granted, I guess the bazooka isn't on him, so you could say maybe the bazooka is enough to knock him over. Yeah, no, he's pretty stable. How stable is it compared to the Mark II? I mean, the Mark II doesn't have funnels on it. Get out of here. You know that's a bad comparison. Are the fin funnels normally supposed to be at such a sharp angle? I mean, it follows the line of the backpack, so I mean, they're resting on the backpack. Without the funnels, yeah, he'd be fine. He stands up perfectly well without the funnels. And you could tell, like, he's not like weirdly crouched forward or anything to compensate for the weight. He's just standing up kind of like in a neutral standing pose. And it's perfect. No fiddling required. So yeah. Oops. Not bad. Got a little nub under his feet. Yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you've liked this stream series, the last 10 hours of our collective lives here. It's a really good kit. It really is. And I really enjoyed building it. So hopefully you enjoyed watching the stream. If you haven't already, and you want to support myself and Jojo, who of course provided the kit for the stream, you can check them out at jojohobbyandstuff.com. And if you use my coupon code GoodGunpla, it'll save you 10% off, and it actually goes a long way to supporting me and the channel and future projects. So thanks for coming out. I really appreciate those of you that have hung out for the entire 10 hours, which is a lot to ask, I know. But yeah, thanks for being here.